Hey, Shalom. This is Brother Yuan. First and foremost, want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Kadash. Want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to say Shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right. May the blessing of election be upon your house. Okay. Now, today we're going to talk about heartache being a necessary trial for your growth. You go to Sirach 2 and 1, the scriptures say what? My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. There's a reason for it. All right. So you're going to experience heartache when you come into this walk. You realize 2/3 of your people, big portion of your people, just are not going to get the understanding, ultimately leading to them being destroyed. That includes loved ones, people that you consider close ones while you were in the world. Now there's a wedge between you. All right. So let's go to Ecclesiastes 7 and 2. It reads, "It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. For that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart." Verse 3, "Sorrow is better than laughter, for by sadness of the countenance the heart is made better." When you've been broken down, man, when you're in sadness, when you're in sorrow, you consider the things around you and you examine yourself, which is what the Lord wants you to do. Okay, He wants you to be of that broken and contrite spirit. Let's actually go get that in Psalms. All right, bear with me real quick, broken. Psalms 34 and 18. It reads, "The Lord is nigh unto them," and you want the Lord to be nigh unto you, right? "The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit." And when you look up that word contrite, man, it goes back to being broken, crushed, destroyed, and the Lord is destroying that old man, and He's building up the new. All right. So now let's go to we can look at the example in Ezekiel. When Ezekiel's wife was killed, the Lord told him to conduct himself in a certain fashion before it happened. So let's go to Ezekiel 24 and 15. Okay. "Also the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, behold, I take away from thee the desire of thine eyes with a stroke, yet neither thou shalt mourn nor weep, neither shall tears run down, thy tears run down." Verse 17, "Forbear to cry, make no mourning for the dead, bind the tire of thine head upon thee, and put on thy shoes upon thy feet, and cover not thy lips, eat not the bread of men. So I spake unto the people in the morning, and at the even my wife died." So the Lord, took his wife. But in the midst of all of that, He told him to have a certain demeanor. And it's going to come a time upon us right now as we step into Jacob's trouble, as we step into the height of it, where we're going to be required to, have a certain kind of countenance, be circumspect, a certain kind of conduct, regardless of the things that are taking place and the destruction and woe that's taking place around us. All right? So we're going to be instructed to remain constant, unmovable, and steadfast. Okay? But in the midst of this, I'll understand that this is a light thing compared to what the Lord is getting ready to bestow upon His elect. Those that, remain faithful unto death and receive that crown of life. Those that remain steadfast for the Lord, that continue with Him in His temptations, are going to receive 100-fold. So let's go to Matthew the 19th chapter, and we'll start at the 28th verse. Okay, it says, "And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of His glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel." So I say it to the brothers all the time, man, we're auditioning for kingship. You see? Auditioning for kingship. A lot of people, oftentimes, man, Jacob tried to be establishing, something in the world, and we'll say, hey, man, there's no point in that. And people will look at us saying that there's no point in it, as though we've somehow given up on life. Somehow that we have no hope. No, we have the most hope, but we have hope. We understand that there's a specific avenue on which deliverance and justice and joy and abundance is going to be bestowed upon us. And it's not going to be establishing something here on this side. So we say, hey, man, just keep your eyes single, follow the Lord, seek righteousness, seek meekness. If you're doing these things, you having the faith, all that, then you're gonna get those that joy and that comfort that you want to experience right now. You're gonna receive that in the kingdom. But right now isn't the time for that. Right now we're gonna be in a broken and contrite spirit. Ezekiel 9 says we're gonna be sighing and crying for the abominations being done in the midst thereof. So there's a particular energy and frequency that's gonna be on the elect, man. We're yearning to get out of here, man. Just like we vexed in this place, just like Lot was vexed from day to day in Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, like it says in Second Peter, we seek new heavens and a new earth. So there's a particular spirit that's going to be on somebody, that's truly seeking Yahweh, Bashan Yahweh Shai. Now I'm not saying you walking around depressed all the time, but you're not going to be in a spirit where you're trying to build something here. You got to understand that's nonsense. Now you got to work and you got to do things like that. If you can forge yourself, you do it, but you don't put your stake in it. You're gonna be of a broken and contrite spirit, man. You'll be going through a little bit of heartache. That's one of the main ingredients to receive salvation. Mm-hmm. All right, again, Matthew 10:28, and it says, "How shall I said unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, he also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And everyone that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands for my name's sake shall receive an hundredfold, and shall inherit everlasting life. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first." And we already know that we're considered the bottom of the totem pole in this kingdom and society. All right, so now is the time to have that tunnel vision, because that's what's going to keep us stable as the Lord turns up the heat on this place. All right, let's read Isaiah 33:6. "And wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy times and the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure." So, fear is another ingredient along with the heartache. All right. And when we read that precept I keep referring to, it says you're going to have to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Actually, let's just go get it. And shalom to everybody on the comment board. Precepts I'm on here shortly. All right, this is Philippians 2:12. It says, "Wherefore, my beloved, as ye always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling." So you also realize, man, you know, you have brothers and sisters around us that's like-minded, but at the end of the day, you got to work out your own salvation. All right, so let's go to Micah 7:5. Like Elder Ramla went into earlier today in his live stream. You can't ride the coattails of another man in the kingdom. You got to build your own relationship with the Lord. All right, Micah 7:5. "Trust ye not in a friend, but ye not confidence in a God. Keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom. For the son dishonoreth the father, and the daughter riseth up against the mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies are the men of his own house. Therefore I will look unto the Lord. I will wait for the God of my salvation. My God will hear me." At the end of the day, man, you can't be trusting and depending on nobody else. You being cool with a man of the Lord or somebody that the Lord has a good relationship with, is not gonna get you in. You gotta have a wedding garment, man. Yep. And this is one of the first precepts we did. It's not letting me click you guys' comments from. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is one of the first precepts I read. We'll read it again. It's GMS Inspiration and Motivation. All right, it reads, the Lord is nigh unto them that have a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. Yeah, brother. Shalom. Okay, now let's go to Matthew, the 10th chapter, and we'll start at 38th verse. All right, Matthew 10 and 38, and we'll read this on down a little bit, and that'll pretty much be it. All right, Matthew 10 and 38. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. So you're giving all of yourself over to the Lord, to the growth in the spirit, to understanding, to righteous judgment. You see, verse 40. He that receiveth you receiveth me, and he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. He that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet receiveth a prophet, shall receive a prophet's reward. And he that receiveth a righteous man in the name of a righteous man shall receive a righteous man's reward. Okay, and the Lord will put a spirit on you to even recognize who his men are if you're walking uprightly. You know what I mean? If you've been chosen. So, you got to understand when you come into this walk. Yeah, it sucks sometimes. You're going through the heartache. There's wedges between people that you've had a relationship with. But, majority of the time, the Lord put them over there for a reason. He separated you from those people for a reason. Because they'll be a hindrance to your spiritual walk. So, just use wisdom, man. Recognize who's for you and who's good for your spiritual environment and who's not, man. Especially in this time, especially in the times that we're coming up upon. So, just a quick I'll read this real quick. Kabar puts up Philippians 1 and 29 says, for unto you it is given in the behalf of Yahushua, not only to believe on him, but also to suffer for his sake. Yeah, man. A servant is not above his Lord. Okay. If they call the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more so his servants, right? So it's a part of the walk, man. And it's a necessary trial that you go through for your growth. All right, so with that being said, man, I'm going to give all praises to the Most High once again. Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Kakadash. Give double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right? May the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom.